Replay gang, my voice is a little muffled. You'll get it in a minute. Is Jenna with us yet? Give me a few seconds here. Okay, so it's going to be a couple minutes, but I'm wearing my future night driving outfit right now. Is this upside down? No, it's not. This is my Hooters mask that Hopper, yeah. I can't really see his comments yet, but this is my future night driving outfit. This is what I'll be driving in at night. When the cameras come. So here in a minute, I'm going to get into kind of the good and the bad and all of the above. Jenna, this is my night driving outfit for when the camera comes. This is because, and it's all about safety, guys. Obviously, I don't want to get any bacteria or anything, so I'm going to use this cloth mask that I haven't washed for 3 years. That protects me from COVID, you know. And then this keeps the headlight glare off. So this is what I'm going to wear when I drive at night when I have the camera. Now it's fogging up my glasses, so I can't do it. Oh, by the way, this is the Hooters mask that Hopper gave me. Hopper gave me this mask and I love it. I absolutely love it. I couldn't see shit for the comments. Let's see, one bat, Wolfman, loving the mask. Yeah, Hopper. It's for the cameras. Yeah. It will save you. Yeah, exactly. Prime drivers needed to strike for a few days. You married me wearing it. I did. Okay, so I gotta drive here shortly, but I want to get into it. I was gonna make just a normal video about it, but I wanted to maybe see if there was some feedback too. So cameras are coming, and believe it or not, here shortly I'm gonna get into some good things about it. But I stated something the other night that I don't think was accurate. I've gone back and I've read the agreement 2 or 3 times just to make sure I was familiar with it. So I want to give you guys the overall, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to give you some feedback that's been given to me by drivers who have it. One of which I was literally just texting with. And then another one who sent me the picture that you guys see, that's the thumbnail. That thumbnail is an actual Prime camera in a Prime truck that was texted to me. So I want to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm going to tell you that it's probably the case that I'm going to get mine installed right after Thanksgiving. So, and I'll do so voluntarily. So I know it's going to shock some of you, but I'll explain why. Basically, fleets are starting to get messages. I know Jim C got a message that some fleets, they're already starting to route in, and they're routing in based on the truck numbers. My fleet hasn't announced that yet, but I'm sure it's coming. So it's like it's inevitable. And you know, I hear drivers say, well, there's no way possible they're going to get all this done by December 31st. Look, I'm telling you, they're highly motivated. If you think that you're going to be running in February or March without a camera, you're probably not thinking correctly. It is coming. Wolfman, thank you. I'll get to comments here shortly, but I got a lot to get through, and I want to get through it because I got to drive. I got a horrible drive tonight. I don't look forward to it at all. But I've decided that I want to do it on my terms. I've got things that I need to do in Springfield after Thanksgiving. I need to get oil changed. I got a couple things I need to do. And you know what? Like, I'm just like, fuck it. You know, I'm just going to do it on my terms, because when I leave for Thanksgiving, and there's not a whole lot of time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I don't want to be routed. Like, I want that 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks or whatever it's going to be able to just run freight. I don't want to be routed to a terminal and have to deal with that shit. So it's going to be on my terms. So I'm going to set up an appointment. That way I'm taken out of can't try to route me in beforehand or anything like that. I'm just going to set up an appointment and just be done with it. So that's why I'm going to do it voluntarily. It's not that I want to, it's not that I support it. It's that I'm just not going to be inconvenienced, in a time where I would just have very little time to run. So that's what I'll be looking at, is right after Thanksgiving. Now, on the agreement, I said some things in the last live that I don't think were very accurate. I want to correct that, sort of. As far as the agreement goes, and by the way, if you guys are in this video, please give it a like. It really does help. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you, the videos that have like 40, 50 plus likes, the live ones, they actually do better. And I really want to use this as a real video, not just a live. I'm going to push it out there quite a bit. But in the agreement, I want to start with that. There is some disturbing things about the agreement. Now, it's pretty basic and simple. I've seen some wild conspiracies about it. I said some things that weren't entirely accurate, but there is some disturbing. The thing that disturbs me about what I said the other night is it basically reads as if all of our data points that come in through this device can be utilized for AI training and stuff like that, really for anything and for any purpose. And someone pushed back on me and said, well, but it doesn't say that. But okay, so it doesn't say that, but here's what it does say. It does say that it can be captured, looked at, utilized by any vendors who service the technology. Go read it yourself. It's in there. Any vendors who service the technology. Not just, to me, that's so vague that that's not just the company that we're in the contract with. That's any vendors that service this at all. And there's probably a lot of companies and vendors that are involved in just kind of the all the above aspect of the device. So do I think they're going to be patching in and watching us? No. But basically, everything you do is being utilized for some other advantage out there that you probably don't know about. That's what I meant when I was saying that the other day, and that really bothers me. But whatever, it is what it is. It's pretty vague. It is what it is. Now, getting to some of the feedback that I've seen, and this is what I've been talking about over the last couple months. The thing that just chaps my hide, as grinds my gears, as Peter Griffin would say, is that it is flagging a lot about drowsy driving. A lot. The driver who gave me feedback today that has a camera told me he's been flagged for drowsy driving the last 3 nights. That annoys the living shit out of me, and I really hope they fix that. I really hope, even if they're not dinging us for it, to me it's just a distraction. And I was thinking about this last night because I didn't have a long drive last night, but I had there was a lot of lateral wind hitting me from the side, like 40-mile-per-hour wind, and it's fine because I'm heavy. But I was vaping and I had my windows cracked, and I noticed that I was blinking a lot. And maybe there's like this subconscious thing where I was blinking a lot because I noticed that I was blinking a lot, and maybe that was making me blink more. I don't know. But I don't even have the damn camera, and that in and of itself ended up being a distraction for me while I was driving. I was driving through Dayton, south, cutting through, what is it, 35. Just driving, thinking about, am I blinking too much, was a distraction. The whole damn thing's a distraction. It's funny, I've said this before. the only things in my truck that distract me while I drive are all the things that are supposed to keep me from being distracted. That's fact. Lane departure, truck's trying to brake me when it thinks that there's a low bridge, and now this damn camera telling me I'm drowsy. That I don't have it in my truck yet, but that's distracting. The whole thing to me is distracting. So we're just putting more distracting shit in the truck. I was literally distracted last night trying to think, am I blinking too much? Because this driver's telling me that he's getting tagged multiple nights in a row because he's blinking too much. Oh, and because he yawned once. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because you yawned? I usually, I make my coffee 59 minutes before I leave every night. So I've got fresh coffee here, by the way. I don't know if y'all can see what that says, but I strongly support that message. So that it's cooled down and ready to drink, and I got all my stuff. So about an hour before I drive. Tonight I got started a little early. I slept really good today, went and took a shower. But on those nights when I get up about an hour early, I'm yawning in the first hour of my drive. That's because I'm still fucking waking up. In fact, those yawns are me getting more energized and booting up and getting less drowsy. I don't need some damn software constantly telling me that I'm drowsy because my eyes are blinking too much, because my windows are cracked because I'm vaping, and there's 40-mile-per-hour winds coming through the window. And by the way, I'm just waking up and having coffee because I just slept 9 hours. I don't need software telling me that I'm drowsy. You just told me that I've had 6 years almost of perfectly safe driving on the same day that you told me to sign your little fucking agreement. Like, it's so annoying, dude. I'm so annoyed by that pesky little shit. So, and I don't need you mouth breathing, Kool-Aid drinking, you know who you are, who seem to always want your lips planted on someone's ass. I don't need you telling me, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Man, go back to your meetings over there at campus and just leave the rest of us alone that just live in reality, okay? You who think that there's not a lot of drivers who have a problem with this are delusional. There's tons of drivers leaving, and the reason that they're now having to tell everybody, hey, we're routing your asses in, is because nobody's going in voluntarily. What does that tell you about whether or not people love these cameras? Oh my God, man. I need to get some nicotine. Give me a second. All right. Fucking amped up about this, dude. Let me take a breath. Let me get to the good about this, because there actually is some good. Now, it has nothing to do with the inward-facing cameras, because that is just a bungled betrayal of trust that we as the driver community used to have for the carrier we pull for. But let's move on. On the positive side, last Friday, in the safety meeting, they talked about the way that it works with the outward facing and eventually the two cameras going down the sides of the trailer. Man, bravo. I am 1000% sold on all of that. All of that. I love it. The forward facing one is going to be on your whole 10-hour break, and it captures 4 days. So you could, someone could rip your hood off. Now, granted, I have a dash cam, but I liked it. I liked the ability to just call safety and be like, dude, I need half an hour of footage from 2 hours ago, because I just got my hood ripped off and this guy drove off and my dash cam didn't catch his plate. These cameras are really good on those terms, and they're talking about testing the ones that go down the side of the trailer. Great. I would be totally happy with 24/7 recording all the way around my truck, front, back, sides, you name it, top, do it. Because that is truly about me pushing off liability. I mean, you guys know when we're out there on the road, we're always thinking about four-wheelers getting up under the end of our trailers, or, you know, stupid shit like that. Like, if the backwards facing cameras on the mirrors, bring it. All of that makes a lot of sense. But when you're telling drivers who've proven themselves to have perfect safety records for damn near 6 years, hey, congratulations, here's your next award and all that shit. And by the way, this is going to make you safe. This thing that we told you you're never going to have, and that you don't want or need, is going to make you safe. Well, wait a minute. On the same day, you just told me I'm safe. But all the other stuff, man, in fact, if you want to test those rear-facing cameras on my mirrors, I'll volunteer for that. Sign me up. I want the entire outside of my truck being documented in real time at all times. All about that. So there is some good from this system. The way all that works, man, I'm all about it. Oh, and another thing they said is that, you know, all this information would be used in accident scene investigations and all that. And I talked about that months ago. I mean, obviously, this is very much trying to make sure, hey, if there's anywhere we can push off liability to the driver, then we're going to do that. And if this whole system helps us push off liability from the driver and Prime, we're going to do that too. So let's not pretend that it's not what it is. If you did something reckless and it caused an incident, you guarantee you're going to be, all of that weight's coming at you, because that's a big part of this. So anyway, like, it's happening. There's no hiding from it. You know, you can think that you're going to wait it out as long as you want if you're actually going to stay at Prime. I talked to multiple drivers last night that are just waiting. One is a big time trainer at Prime, and the second that he gets routed in, he's out. So, you know, it is chasing drivers away. It is, for 100%. But if you're going to stay, you need to really be thinking about making plans to have this done on your terms, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to get routed into the terminal at the most inconvenient time in December, and it's going to screw up your freight and all that shit. So that's why as soon as my my Thanksgiving time at home, as soon as that's over, I'm just going to get it done. Like, I'm just going to get it done, because and Jim, I don't know if Jim's here, but you better be prepared for it too, bro. Because I'm getting it done on my trucks. Jim usually tunes in. So I think I've covered it all. It just is what it is, you guys. So basically, you can be in future training videos. Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely right. Let's see. Good evening, peeps. Just saw that Lyle No Hipping is going to shutter his fleet because of the cameras. Yeah, he's already shuttered his fleet. He's down to one truck, I believe. Found myself doing the same thing. Oh, you're talking about blinking, Hopper? Or yawning, or all of the above? You're a flower child now. Okay. Talking about me. I wonder what in 6 or 7 million milers think about the cameras. Oh yeah, Hopper. Like, we got a dude on our fleet who's been driving for Prime, I want to say like 25 years or something like that. All safe miles. You know, he got the big check and all that stuff. And to be told that you need this thing to be safe is just like, it's insulting, to be honest with you. Let's see. Silent. So basically it's recording 24/7, and the next step will be DOT having access on demand. You're thinking ahead, and I'm certain that they are too. 1000%. Anyone who thinks that's not the kind of places that this is going to land and end up is delusional. That's absolutely where this industry is going. Coming to get your million mile plaque. Oh, and by the way, we are putting cameras in your truck. Yeah, to make you safe. Side mirrors can cut people stealing your fuel too. Yes, great point. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm all about it, man. Or, you know, these truck stops where people are getting their tires slashed, you know, just all that shit, man. Like, I would have no problems whatsoever with having cameras all the way around the truck and trailer. None. Let them record 24/7. I would want them recording 24/7. I got nothing to be afraid of on that front. And I don't have anything to be afraid of on the inward facing camera too. I just don't want to be distracted by stupid shit. And here's another thing, like just the idea that the camera's there recording me while driving is a distraction. It is a distraction to me. Like just thinking about it, I don't want to have to think about that. Didn't know about the mirror mounted cameras. Yeah, Hopper, they mentioned that Friday that they're testing the cameras on the sides going down the trailer on some trucks. And I think she said that that was kind of like the next step. So that'd be all about that. Do I still have my Peterbilt? Yes, I still have my Peterbilt. Yes, definitely still have my Peterbilt. Psychoanalyzing the AI aspect of it. Yeah. Looking at setting up authority with a buddy of mine, Daniel. Nice. Silent. I'm not staying long after this. Was hoping to finish out here, but this nonsense after 11 years, I'm good. 11 years. Yeah, see. 11 years. Have you proven yourself for 11 years? And you're being told you can't be trusted unless you have this inward facing camera. It's insulting, man. I'm just like, it's just insulting. It just is. Trey, problem is not enough drivers have the balls to turn up and turn their trucks in all at once. Trey, well, you know, I wouldn't turn my trucks in. They're my trucks. For me, it's not that simple because I have to take my trucks somewhere else. And my trucks have drivers who are W-2 employees of Prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, it's not that simple to me. So I hope you're not, I'm sure you're not implying that I don't have the balls to turn in my trucks, because it's not that simple for me. It's a whole different animal for me. To move. Plus, you know, right now freight is really strong in terms of volume and stuff like that. So I just don't want to leave the Prime network. So for me, I feel trapped and left without a choice because I want the Prime network. I want the Prime freight network. I want the Prime benefits. That's worked out well for me. It's currently working out well for me. I don't want to have to jump to hazmat for Landstar for my trucks or something like that. I don't want to go get authority, or like, it's too dramatic of a change. I'm not, it's not that simple for me. Maybe for some people, but not for me. Cuba, what's up, man? Long time no see. Where'd this go? Still hire my private fleet? Not at the moment. I may be hiring for my fleet in a couple months, maybe. But don't read too much into that. Don't use the employee restroom between cab and trailer with all these cameras. The employee restroom between the cab and the trailer. Why aren't we petitioning? I started the conversation with power only side. I just hate the hassle of moving all my trucks. They will not. Yeah, exactly, Schmarkus. Split my fleet, it's moving, all or nothing. Yeah, it's just not, it's not right. For us fleet owners, it's not as cut and dry as some might imply. Man, Cuba, I haven't seen you in a long time. Identify what or how the camera is going to keep me safe is the same argument as what a woman is. Before coming back to Prime, I worked for a company that had forward-facing camera and mirror cams. The mirror cams saved me from an idiot in a Tesla. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is it Daniel or Danielle? I can't really see that. Remember when they told you that you were the captain of your ship? Yeah, well, apparently they're the co-captain now. Said that when they first announced the cameras, insulting to safe drivers and Million Mile Club members. Yeah, exactly. I have just over a year left before I have 1 million safe miles. Still waiting on your response on about why I keep getting crapped on by my FM and these sub $1.75. Yeah, were we talking about that in comments? I think tell me if that was you, and I'll try to address it in the next day or two. What time is it? Okay. In your case, Trey, I wouldn't say turn them in. Yeah, it's tough. Cuba, going on 3 years with DHL, but I'll be going to Crete dedicated within the state of Florida only with the Costco account. Nice. Jen and I we've known a few Crete drivers and have nothing bad to say about Crete drivers. They've always been really great drivers. I'm watching somebody back end, you guys. Have you considered giving hand jobs? Trey, regular lease drivers definitely turn them in. Let's see, I have a tablet navigation on my windshield. I hope they don't tell me to move my tablet because it'll obstruct it. Okay, man, you guys, I don't see how this is not, let me get the picture. Tell me how this is not illegal. I'm confused. Because I've had a DOT officer tell me that I can't put anything right there. Never been cited for it, but I had a DOT officer on my birthday a long time ago that told me my GPS was too high. Look at where that camera is. I don't know. Let me catch it. Talk about it with. Oh, it was me. Okay, yeah. I'll jump back in there. 769 drivers have it. 769 drivers have it already. Is that Prime, Joe? They've already almost got to 1,000 trucks. That's fast, dude. Because it was like 380 on last week. Watching from Vancouver, Washington, sir. Love your content. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. For those who just joined, please hit the thumbs up. It's very easy, free, helps the video. And you're gonna definitely want to go back and watch the replay because I'm not gonna repeat myself. I'll let it fly. Never going to work for a company that has inward-facing cameras. Well, you know, that's how I felt before I came to Prime. And it was one of the variables, one of the factors of me choosing to come with Prime. And Prime is, you know, not the Prime I came to. Guys running general freight have way less leverage in situations like this because replacing you is a hell of a lot easier. I'd figure out what niches you can get your trucks into and find a company. Yeah, Prime will have zero there'll always be new asses to fill the seats. I just think they underestimated how many of the how much of the experience was going to vacate the chair. You know what I mean? They'll have no problems replacing them, but that just creates new problems. But again, let me repeat myself. Freight is very good to me right now. Prime Freight is very good for me. I'm on a load right now. Oh, I'm actually on the phone where I could look. It's paying $1,800 for 600 miles. It is Wisconsin. Wait, where did I get? No, Indiana to North Carolina. Like, I'm very happy with Prime Freight. It's very productive for me. So it sucks when the company does something like this, because it's like everything's working and everything's good and everything's flowing right finally, and then we got this whammy to deal with. You know what I mean? Hopper obstructs your field of vision. Yeah, I thought for sure you couldn't have something right smack in the middle of your windshield. I'm pretty sure. In fact, wasn't that? It's been a long time since I've gone over the DOT testing part of the pre-trip, but I'm pretty sure there was something about making sure your shit's not, you know, obstructed. You know what I mean? That's why you can't have cracks and shit. Let's see. The dude, I'm getting mine installed tomorrow. Since I'm already here, they're gonna drag my ass back in anyway. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's why I'm gonna schedule mine for right after Thanksgiving, because I have other things I need to take care of. I've got like $200 in points at Prime, so I'm gonna go get some hoodies and shit. And I've just got other stuff I need to take care of with my truck. I need to have my one of my load locks, the plastic parts where one of the things where the load locks go on the back of it's cracked up. And I got to get that replaced. So I have things I need to do. So it's like I'm just gonna go do it when it's the most convenient for me, because when I leave off home time, like and I have to go get things taken care of anyway, I'll have to route to the terminal and just get it all done. And that way I don't get called back or told a week before Christmas when I'm trying to plan to route home for Christmas that I now have to route to the terminal. So my whole week and a half is shot before Christmas. Like, I'm not interested in that. There's a lot of comments here. Some more thumbs up, guys. 56 people watching right now. Just tap the thumbs up. How am I getting lost in this? Okay. David, when I was doing PSD training, they said you couldn't have anything on the windshield. Exactly. Now, most DOT officers don't really care about stuff down at the bottom. I mean, I had an inspection just a couple weeks ago, roadside inspection, and I had my phone mount up here and my GPS down at the bottom. You didn't say shit about it. But that's a big difference versus something right smack in the middle of your windshield. I'm sure if I had my Garmin right up there in the middle of my windshield when that DOT officer came up to the door, he probably would have been different. About to come back to Prime, but that's insane. I'm gonna peep. My tablet is just below the upper cabinets in the view of my sun visors. I've never had a DOT officer say it was illegal. All they say was long as it wasn't obstructing my mirrors or field of view. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, at the top too. Field of view is the important part here. But this camera is in the field of view. The one that was sent to me, the picture that was sent to me today by Chris. And I asked Chris if I could use his pictures, by the way. How is that not in the field of view? How? Seems to me that Rob has become not getting new rules and procedures. You know, I don't know if I'd say pushover. I mean, Rob did make the decision to kind of step back because he can't run the company forever. And I think he's not going to jump back in and be micromanaging, you know what I mean? I mean, it just... We just got inward facing cameras also. It's the way of the future. Josh, yeah. Missouri DOT gave me a violation for my personal dash cam mounted right by the forward facing cam. Yeah. Hey, I made a live. Matthew, what's up? Not sure what's been said, but I was potential new driver, 100% coming to Prime until the cameras. Now I'm just staying put where I am. Yeah, a lot of drivers are feeling that way. I'm on a load from Virginia to Kansas, $1.69 a mile. Luckily, it's an ASAP, and I'll be 36 hours. Okay, Virginia to Kansas, that's not terrible, $1.70. Because in Kansas, you should be set up, right? You should be set up for something pretty tasty. I just did a Tennessee to Arkansas load today for $1,400. Nice, very nice. That was David who said that. Go back and watch from the beginning and hit the thumbs up. Yeah, there's the first part of this video. You guys, if you're just joining, you definitely want to go back and watch it. Dude, there's no way better money out there outside of general freight. Getting your trucks prepped for a PTO and 3-line wet kit is definitely the way to go. You know, again, I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy with where my trucks are at. I'm not going to change a situation that I'm happy with. That consent form is a bit invasive on your personal rights, and even they do violate their agreement of watching them. You can't even sue them. Yeah, exactly, Shamarcus. I think that's it's very vague. It's extremely vague. And I'm sure that they wanted it to be simple and simplified, because otherwise there's a lot for us to pick apart. But in doing so, they made it extremely vague, and I think that's more of a sin myself, because there's so much wiggle room. When are they getting rid of the trip sheets? Oh my God, not soon enough. K-Mac, all of us Prime drivers need hats that say FTC. Oh. Trey, if COVID taught us anything, it was how the barrier for entry general freight is. Everyone and their grandma went out, bought a truck, and rented a reefer or dry van. Yeah, COVID definitely did that, and we're all still paying a price. K-Mac, maybe someday they will actually do something that benefits us and makes our day easier. Trip sheets, more depart operations. Oh yeah, the depart thing is just like... It drives me crazy. I only send the top sheet of the bills in the depart thing. And you know what? Most of the time, they don't look at it anyway. So it's like, what? Thank you, Silent. Thanks for dropping in. Daniel, haven't even signed the consent. I haven't signed it either. Prince, how familiar are you with Geotab? I'm not familiar at all. I'll tell you that someone said the other night that has experience with Geotab. They said that sometimes it takes like 5 or 6 minutes to switch from the drive line to where you can put it off duty or on duty, and that can really screw you up. So I hope that's not the case. We'll see. What time is it? 10:20. All right. I still got some time. Silent Hopper. Okay, so I think I'm to the end of the comments. Thank you. All right. So yeah, and I'm just so tired of these mouth breathers, drunk on the Kool-Aid, that, like I said, just seem to want their lips planted firmly on someone's ass, constantly running around and saying, oh, if you don't like the cameras, if you're not doing anything wrong, you got nothing to worry about. Again, go back and watch the beginning of the video. I don't know. The mouth breathers don't really mess with my channel anymore because I've taught them all that A, I don't give a fuck, and B, I don't give them any credibility. Like, I love Prime. I have a lot of good things to say about Prime, but if you can't say one thing critical about Prime, then you are a dishonest person. Sorry, that's my opinion. Now we got to scan our bills. Ridiculous. Not a lot of companies even do live loads calls. My fiance worked for CR England at night. Neither did it, and neither did the company. I left to come back. Yeah, but here's what I'll say. I'm not disagreeing with you, Daniel, but let me say this also. We have a very good service record with our customers. Much better than a lot of companies out there, and it helps us get a lot of contract freight, and I think it's because Prime tries really hard to make sure that there's as few mistakes as possible on all the details of the load. So, but I think, you know, the thing is, with all the technology available to us, it's crazy that we're having to take pictures of bills of lading and all that stuff. Or if we're taking pictures of the bills, then why do we need to sit in line 30 minutes for a call? Why can't someone just, you know, very quickly review the paperwork and let us know if, you know, something's screwy? Steve Fields left and went shit. Yeah, Steve Fields and Andrea, both of them. Driven by the best, unless, K-Mac. Driven by the untrusted best. Seems when, let's see, I hear ya. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, but don't limit your trucks to general freight is my only advice. I'm not limiting my trucks. My trucks are busy. We're busy. We're busy, and we're all making money right now, so it's not it's not limiting my trucks. And I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you, like, you're telling me that I should do something different or consider something different. And I'm telling you, I'm in a very good place right now that I haven't been in a long time for my fleet and Prime financially. Finally. It's taken me a long crawl to get here, but man, I ain't about to, no, I'm not saying that something couldn't happen in the future that could change that. I'm just saying right now, I'm in a good spot. Getting a drink or blowing my nose is considered distracting. Driving, do nothing for 8 hours is big. Yeah, technically you drinking coffee is considered distracted driving. Now, no DOT officer or trooper is gonna pull you over because you're smoking a cigarette or drinking coffee, but technically it is. And I've been passed by troopers many times when I'm sitting there sipping coffee. They're not gonna pull you over for that. But if something happened out on the road, and even if it's not your fault, and the camera's got 3 days of you drinking coffee, guess what? The camera's got 3 days of a history of you driving distracted. You think a good attorney's not gonna pull that shit into court? Let's see. Now, I do like that at least it deletes everything after 4 days. I do appreciate that. Allegedly. Yes, definitely hit the thumbs up and vote. Yeah, 2 weeks or sooner. Yeah, definitely go vote. Unless you want more of, you know, the last couple years, then don't. Then don't vote. If you somehow think this administration is helpful, that's what sucks about this. I like you driving for Prime, but hate the direction that we are headed. I'm really pissed about getting the cameras. Yeah, I feel you, K-Mac. I really do feel you. It's just not. I was just talking to Jim C, YouTuber Jim C. He and I were on the phone at like 3 in the morning, not last night, but the night before. And I told him, I was like, man, it sucks not being proud of this company anymore. Like, I'm just not proud. I'm not proud. And I had a good few years where it was a point of pride for me, you know, doing what I do, building my fleet under Prime and all that, and I'm just not proud anymore. And that sucks, man. Oh, for sure. You give these companies an inch, you better know they're going to take a mile. Yep, for sure. You hit the nail on the head. No more pride. Yeah, it sucks, dude. It's like, yeah, I drive for Prime, the inward facing camera. They don't trust us. We're all shitty drivers and they don't trust us. So they had to put inward facing. I drive for Prime. I really wish this guy next to me wasn't idling so I could have my window open, because it's really nice out. I'll start an authority, and anyone that doesn't want to run under Prime but wants Prime Freight, just pay your dues and come on in. Yeah. Mantix, which Prime trucks are best in fuel economy? Cascadia, Peter Kenworth. Definitely Cascadia, but new Peterbilts are way better, way better. Mine was the last model that was so far behind Freightliner, but the models that came after my model improved by substantial. They improved by like 1.5 miles per gallon. Jim C has a Peterbilt. I know quite a few people who have new Peterbilts. Jim C's brand new. Hopper's got a brand new Peterbilt, and they're pretty comparable with Freightliner now. Freightliner used to be hands down way better, but they're pretty comparable. Do you know the specs from Cascadia? I'm not sure how deep you want to go into that. K-Mag used to be all of us together, now it's us and them, sadly. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Definitely, definitely. I used to feel as a driver just as much a part of the family as the person cleaning the showers, the person washing the trucks. Like, I just felt like we were all a part of something. It was like nods and waves to anybody and everybody, no matter what you did, as a part of this machine. This whole machine just felt like this family type atmosphere to move freight for the country, and a fuck ton of freight. We are the largest refrigerated freight, you guys, refrigerated carrier. We're not the largest carrier, but we're the largest refrigerated carrier. We are so important to this economy and this country, and it felt like we were all rowing the boats in the same direction, and it just felt different. And now it feels very disjointed and compartmentalized, and everybody for themselves. You know what I mean? Let's see. 22 Pete, it's been pretty good for me. 25 Peterbilt gets pretty good MPG, says Hopper. Yeah. Having a 25 Pete, I can't not do 65. I'm hurting myself, but it gets 9.5 when I go slower. Daniel, my Peterbilt hates 62 or 63. My Peterbilt, because of the way the transmission and everything's all torqued, ratioed, whatever, spec'd, it wants to either do 65 or 59. If you try to do 62 or 63 in my Peterbilt, it's just caught between gears. You know what I mean? 9.5, that's insane. Mantix, yeah, I mean, I get 9.5 on the regular, fully loaded. Next will be body cameras to keep us safe at customers. Don't give them any ideas. Daniel, I can agree that in-house seems to have lost morale, and oh yeah, in-house has been just as devastated as us. as far as like morale and kind of a foundation. COVID really broke a lot of what Prime was. You're right when you said the other night, Prime hasn't been the same since COVID. Yeah, totally, Sean. My 20 Pete has the same way. I love that truck. All right, guys, it's 10:30. I gotta get rolling here pretty soon. But here, take the next 30 seconds. Please hit the likes up, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. I'll hang out here for 30 seconds or a minute if anyone has any more questions. Woke is breaking Prime. And we'll see what happens, you guys. We got an election coming up. Like, it's so weird. Dudes, is it not weird? Like, I feel like we're in some kind of weird dystopian movie. It does not feel like an election year in the traditional sense. Just some weird shit, dude. Like, everything's weird. Later, Sean. Might change fleet managers or divisions. Let me know. Yeah, I'll get to your comments tomorrow. Ride the train and vote. New tablet is so much better. I bet, Wombat. I bet. I do hate Qualcomm. I'm not like, oh, I hate this thing so much. Wouldn't touch the Pete's until they spec it with X15 productivity series. The PACCAR engine has gotten better over the years, but that engine is still locked down tighter in Fort Knox. Yeah. Yeah. I do miss the Peterbilt suspension, I'll tell you that much. Boy, last night. Coming out of Indiana on I-70. Dude. Like, I know how bad I-70 is in Indiana, and I'm talking about between Indianapolis and Ohio. I know how bad it is. I've been doing it for 6 years in a truck. But, and I could have, and in fact, I went across that highway like 6 days earlier. So it's not like it was it's not like it was, I hadn't been there in months. So I'm very well aware how bad I-70 is in Indiana between Indianapolis and Ohio. But every single time, it surprises me that it's that bad. Like, you have this expectation that it's just going to be completely unacceptable that we have an interstate in that condition. And here's the thing. Sections that they just fixed, have your truck and trailers boonie hopping at, you know, like, how do you put this nice blacktop, nice, it's fixed, but it still has fucking ditches in it? Enjoyed being here. Safe drive and see you next time. Smile, you're on camera. I love it, K-Mac. Thank you for jumping in. My 20 Pete had a longer wheelbase. It was smooth and planted to the road. Yeah, exactly. I-70 in Indiana is like driving through Iraq. Yeah. Yeah, Sean. Anything is better than this 1970s PS lunchbox, Texas Instruments, QC. Yeah, exactly. We love our Volvo as a husband and wife team. Yeah, I've heard great things about Volvo. As far as the ride, I-70, yep. All right, guys. Old potholes with new asphalt. It's like they just keep, it's like they keep putting, it's, to me, it seems like I-70 is just endless guaranteed work for road crews. They're like, we're going to fix this, but we're not really going to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not really going to fix it. We're just going to fix it. Like, it's fixed. The whole thing's fixed. You know what I mean? It's all fixed. If they put Volvos on order, I'll order one for sure later. All right, guys, be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.